Welcome. Today we're going to do some aluminum casting and make fire in the backyard. I started with a model that I made out of some 3D components I printed, styrofoam and wax. This was then covered in a slurry that I've been developing over time to protect it while it is being held in the sand and molten aluminum is being cast into it. Right now I have a pretty crude setup, basically just a foundry and rudimentary safety gear, which would suffice in most Pakistani foundries. I do wear shoes, unlike the Pakistanis who prefer flip-flops. I believe this is so they can outrun the hot metal if there's an accident. I've studied the Pakistani foundry videos quite a bit on YouTube, learning all the different safety techniques. And it seems that first and foremost, one should wear as little as possible to keep any metal from sticking to them and to keep them from running away from the metal. It's quite amazing. Anyways, I have fired this thing up and I've loaded a bunch of hard drive shells in there, which I chopped in half with a grinder to make fit. I melted all that stuff down into a crucible, and I'm getting ready to pour that into the model that I've made. The model was placed into a bucket of sand to hold it in place. The sand was very loosely vibrated. The model is coated with a refractory coating that I designed specifically for this, which basically keeps it from coming into contact with sand. If your molten aluminum comes into contact with sand, it will pick up the texture of sand, which you may or may not want. In this case, I'm trying to make things very smooth that conform to the model. So the refractory coating acts as an interface to keep the aluminum away from the sand, giving a mostly smooth finish. As the model burns out, the waxes, the plastics, all these petroleum-based things start to vaporize, and they'll form a cloud. That cloud is, just like lighter fluid, highly flammable and guaranteed to ignite at one point or another. So you really want to stay back when you're doing this. Don't be sticking your face over there looking into it. Stay low, stay back, and assume that at some point all this is going to ignite into a flaming ball of fire. That's normal. Try and keep anything flammable away from it. Eventually the fire will go out. You can have a hose handy. Just bear in mind that spraying cold water on hot aluminum or other hot ceramic surfaces, refractory coatings, anything like that, usually comes to a bad end. Once it's cooled down, I can spray it with some water to cool it off the rest of the way and knock off some of the coating and take a look to see what happened. It kind of sort of worked. Looks like some areas of the coating broke down. My attempt to fill some of the inside with rock wool didn't go horribly well, left a void. Some areas burned through. It is less than perfect, but in this case it's just a test piece to see if the process works at all, and being mostly abstract art, it's kind of hard to have a total failure. So as long as something comes out, it's art. We'll clean this up, knock all the stuff off, take a wire brush to it, and see what we get. So everything I'm working with here was salvaged from computers. The bulk of it is hard drive. So the magnetic hard drives have an aluminum alloy case. They weigh about a ½ pound a piece maybe before getting stripped down. It's a very high grade of aluminum. It casts just wonderful. It's one of my favorite things to cast with. I have cast with various extrusion stuff. That didn't go well. It doesn't flow well. It tends to pick up a lot of garbage and burn on the surface. The hard drives are stripped down piece by piece. The platters are removed, the electronics are removed, everything is sorted, and then that material is sold for gold recovery scrap, and that pays for a lot of my materials and equipment. Over the years I have accumulated countless pounds of circuit boards and rare earth magnets and hard drive armatures and chips and all sorts of stuff like that. So most of that recently went for sale on eBay and sold pretty rapidly, and now I'm getting ready to upgrade my operation a bit. I have some ideas for a couple pours that I'm going to be doing to get everything worked out. And what I'm doing at this point is merging wax and styrofoam and 3D printed parts into composite models, trying to come up with something that doesn't break down under the heat of the aluminum and gives a good finish on there and works every time. That works every time part is the hard part. So as they say, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that crap so that I get all the internet dollars that I've been hearing so much about, because right now I'm getting less than minimum wage on this, and the only saving grace is that I can drink tequila while I'm doing it.